Hello, everyone. Today's the day we get to finish this awful case. Finally. Hello, BoobTube. I can't wait for this case to be over. So, I spent most of the case being so certain it was the acrobat. And now I'm not so sure. Now I'm like, maybe it's Regina. Maybe it is Regina. Using that little spice stuff to make everyone fall in love with her or whatever. Maybe it's Regina. I don't know. And then he was hot, and then I didn't think it was him anymore. Thank you, Supersonic, for the 15 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Yeah, how did we get the magical love pepper? It's in the box. The box that the ringmaster slumps over. It's that like pepper, whatever. I don't think Phoenix knows that's the special pepper, but I figured it out. What's the magic, you think? I think it's cocaine. Me personally, I think it's the seasoning that Jack in the Box puts on their curly fries. That's just my personal opinion on it. Andrew, thank you so much for gifting 3 subs. That's really sweet. Thank you so much. We're 20 subs away from the Sogo. Oh my God. Thank you so much. All right, let's finish this. I don't ever want to hear about this case again. Ever. I would like to wipe this from my memory, please. Also crazy, this is all happening right after Christmas and right before New Year's. They be working during the holidays? Good morning, Max. Oh, yes. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Tee-hee. Is this Regina? Oh my God. Not milk. Not milk. She's giving him milk? Milk. Milk. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Who brings milk to a courthouse? Regina! How fabulous. My sweetie pie princess. Me talking to my 2 male cats. My sweetie pie princesses. You came to watch my performance today? Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that? So what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of the audience. Or you're the person we're sending to prison. Putting the lactic in Galactica. That was good. That was a good one. Thank you. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Oh, not Mo. I gotta do Mo's voice too. Top of the morning to ya. Everybody, let's get ready to stuck in... let's get ready... ambulance. Call an ambulance. Let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Mo. Top of the morning to you, Governor. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm. But then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max. I brought you a present. Have some milk. What is this? What is this? Why are we bringing him milk? What's in the milk? There's cocaine in the milk. There's crack cocaine in the milk. They're putting crack cocaine in the milk. Oh my. Thanks. So how are you today, Wright? Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm gonna face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro? I love when his face looks like this. I love when his face goes to this. So disturbing. Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. They're doing this again? The same thing they did with Mo, where it's like if I press him once and it's wrong, then he goes to an institution. He goes to the hospital. What are you gonna do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth. Okay, so there is no pressing. I have to only use evidence. No problem. You're right, but it's gonna be tough. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. This guy's weird. This guy's kind of weird. Yeah, we're playing Phoenix Wright. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. He did it. We found the guy. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. Okay, and? What the fuck? These people are so weird. There's no such thing as therapy in Japanifornia. Therapy is outlawed in Japanifornia. Hi, Red Jedi. How you doing? Can we convict Mo just for being weird? Please. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. For a 30-second dance party. If you want to dance, press the button. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. I really gotta learn how to do a German accent during the weekend so that I can come back and give her a German accent that she deserves. 30-second dance party. Press the button if you want to dance for 30 seconds. San Japan Francisco. Japan Frisco. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. Thank you, Red Jedi. It's very sweet. Thank you very much. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Do you think Francisca knows that flying isn't real? As a German, please no. No 30-second dance party? I'm sorry. Order, order. I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detectives stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Oh, poor Gumshoe. As a French person do it. In fact, my detectives stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Orders. Poor Gumshoe. Very well. Please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work, or shall I say time to walk the courtroom tight rope. Perfect. My hors d'oeuvres. On my hors d'oeuvres. Can you lower the musical? Yeah, I can lower it just a little. Sure. Sure. They let birds into the courtroom? Name and occupation. Ken Dingaling. Whatever he calls me Acro. I'm sorry. Listen. It's either Ken Dingaling or it's Ken Danglin. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. It was just after 10 p.m., and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise come from outside the window. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. So didn't see his face. Didn't see his face, just saying. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. I'm just letting you know, if I slept on the 3rd floor and I saw a human being floating up past my window, I would have shit myself that day. I would have shit and pissed myself that day, I think. Yeah, that's horrifying. That's so scary. Fair. Hi, Dino Twins. How you doing, BB? This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that clown. If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool wishes to feel the phone on your arm, fool. A man must know the proper timing for such things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. I said, don't say that name around me. Oh! You don't want to see me angry. Red Jedi, thank you for gifting this up to Dino Twins. That's very sweet. Thank you very much. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination. Okay, so I can't press at all? What I witnessed. Well, I have the ability to press. What's even in my... That's weird because they say he saw him float up and it was definitely him, but his hat was found at the scene, so... I already used a bunch of this. Gather shiny objects. Animal shows lion shot by the ringmaster 6 months ago for biting a performer. Russell's autopsy report. Blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Wooden box. Small seasoning bottle. Contains pepper. Something about the bust is important, apparently. Maybe that's the murder weapon, is the bust. You haven't forgotten what happened 6 months ago, have you? I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. Bronze statue taken from the cafeteria before the crime. This thing is huge. This thing's ginormous. Bye, Anon. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. Okay. I'm gonna save and try to press and see what happens. Because I don't even... What if I press and the courtroom explodes? You said you were resting in bed. One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains. Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. Ow! The witness will proceed with his testimony. Oh, so I can press. So I am allowed to press. Heard a thump. Large thump noise from the outside window. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And you said that you were resting in bed. That is correct. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside? I was indeed. Pressing acro doesn't seem to get results. Maybe something was contradictory in what he said just now. Just now? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Time of death, 10:15. Would I use this because it's 10:15 and not 10 p.m.? I saved. I'm just gonna do whatever. There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support it? This, what in the world is this? You just don't get it, do you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What don't I get? You're not gonna be able to get through this one with your usual bluff routine. Your client looks to be ready to take off once again, straight towards a guilty verdict. Oh. Well, fuck. I didn't get penalized for it! I didn't get a penalty! Oh, he did say just after 10 p.m. Okay. Heard a thump. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin or perhaps a large action figure. Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin and action figure is plausible. You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night. I believe it was a human. Damn, I just strengthened his testimony. I wonder if Acker's statement jives with the facts. Oh, fuck, I don't know. I don't know! Ah! I can't use his testimony as proof, so... I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna keep pressing him. What's the matter, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. Until I can find a clear contradiction, I should tread lightly. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were able to see clearly see a human fly by your window. The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see, but honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Did you see any of the other symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. But the silk hat was left there. That's what weirds me out. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press them, the less results I seem to get. I'm gonna try contradicting him on this one. There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. Okay, okay, okay. Did I get it? You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? No. Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats? No. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica, which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. You've been telling a little fibby fib. Excuse me. Order! As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? No. I'm up against a woman with a whip. I'm not okay. Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today? Ooh. Do I really go there? Because I did think it was him. I did think it was him. I would choose he has a grudge against Max, but like they all do. I don't really believe the he was dreaming thing because it lines up with what Mo said. So I'm gonna say Acro's the real culprit. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion? Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Moida. Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Moida. Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds. I thought she was gonna call me a clown. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? This judicial system found this man in the back alley of an Arby's and said, do you want a job? And he said, sure, why not? This man has no experience. He was left on the steps of the courthouse as a baby with the judicial system scar on his forehead. LT, thank you for gifting us up to Ultimate Hair Dryer. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Bro's not even a judge. He just reacts to what people say. He'd be a good streamer. Get him on React YouTube immediately. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's vibing. He's not scared. He's calm enough for it to be almost scary. He is staying rather calm and collected. Mr. Dingaling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. See, I told you he was gonna use that. I told you. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of murder of all things. See, even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous. I still think he did it. I still think he did it. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. See? I told you guys yesterday that if he is the culprit, he's gonna use this against us. I told you. Phoenix is a poopy head. The most cruel insult in Japanifornia. See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well? I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? Is this where we go for the Acro Regina route? The Dingaling X Regina collab? I'm going all in, dude. I'm going all in. Regina, something's off, and he's the only one that's not like obsessed with her, and I think that's a cover. The Dingleberry collab. The Dingleberry collab. The Reginaling. The Reginaling 2, the sequel. I'm going all in, but I will be saving first, if that's okay. Of course he did. It was Regina Ding Dong. It's impossible for Acro to be the murderer in this case. If that's the case, then it's natural for one to consider possible accomplices. You don't say. Not good, not good. This isn't going to end well. Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. What? You must not have heard that sound just now. Maybe it wasn't clear enough. The sound of you falling into your own trap can be hard to notice sometimes. Mr. Wright, It seems as if you won't be stopping at Acro, but will be making other accusations. I sure will. I sure will. If Acro did not have an accomplice, things are not looking good for you. I understand, Your Honor. Go. Very well. Let's continue. Who, perchance, would happen to be the accomplice? I'm going all in, bitch. I'm going all in, whore. Could you imagine if it was his brother? Could you imagine? But they did say he's still in a coma, so I'm gonna believe him. Regina Berry. You don't say. Uh-oh. This is suddenly looking very, very bad. I can't tell if they're trying to throw me off or not. I can't tell. Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. We're doing this again? Was I wrong? I was wrong, because she's repeating the same thing. What a splendid accomplice. I'm sure this accusation is built on a solid foundation. Foundation? Yes, Mr. Wright. Do you have any proof that the person you've accused was indeed an accomplice? No. No, I'm just saying stuff. They didn't name Regina, so I think I got it wrong. I could use the note. I could use the note. I could use the note because she gave it to her and she's the one who put it up on the thing. I could use the note, and then that's what made the ringmaster all nervous. Mr. Wright. Am I wrong? Yes, Your Honor. This piece of evidence is lacking in persuasive power. You didn't miss that sound, did you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You know, the sound of you were fuck! No? What are you doing, Nick? What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an... What? Who else could it be? Don't tell me it's the fucking monkey. Do not tell me it's the You don't say. This is suddenly looking very bad. But what would my proof be? That he can fly? They're best friends. What else is there to say? It would make sense because there were no footprints. Can I use the photo of the crime scene? There was no footprints. I got that shit wrong. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let's reload. I could also say, of course he didn't, and then maybe I have a chance to say he's lying about being disabled. Or I could say it's Mo and use the pepper, because Mo made burgers with the pepper, didn't he? Oh, this is hard. This one's really hard. I don't know. Mo did say he wants Regina to see what happens, and that's a little unhinged. Could you imagine if he smuggled Sean out of the hospital, dressed him up in the outfit, and then lifted him up with his arms with a string, and then took him back to the hospital after the murder? Could you fucking imagine? I'm gonna say that and just see what happens. I just want to see what happened. I saved. It's fine. I saved. Proof that the person you've accused was indeed accomplice. Yeah, the lion that's put him in a coma. This guy's not happy with me. Even this guy with absolutely no experience as a judge is like, come on, dude. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna reload and say no, he didn't have an accomplice. And then maybe I can say he's lying about being in his wheelchair. And then if I'm wrong, then whatever. I'm still thinking he did have an accomplice because it shows that I can get a penalty here. And I didn't get a penalty when I said, of course he did. So I don't think, of course he didn't is right, but I'm gonna try it anyway because I'm kind of lost right now. This must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. Not this time, Von Karma. What? You're not going to sucker me into this one. It was this one? What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. Am I onto something about him faking being in a wheelchair? Order! What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. I guess he could be in a wheelchair, but he had like a rope to his room. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? No. I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Okay, so I'm gonna make a separate save. This trial alone has like 5 different saves. All right, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, if this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? Wasn't this where the murder was committed? Was here? Or was it here? It might have been here. There's no way he was anywhere but exactly right here. In the plaza? He was at the scene of the crime itself? You're right, though. The murderer would have had to have met the victim. Ow! Miss Von Karma, stop it. Finally, he says something. I'm getting so sick of this guy. You will be quiet and refrain from striking people. Oh my God. Judge. The witness could not have possibly left the lodging house on his own. Regina took him. Regina took him. Not to mention what Mr. Phoenix Wright just said. There was no accomplice, remember? Yeah, you're right. You think I could get another chance? Wait just 1 minute. No! Don't forget about my proverbial whip as well. Wait, so what the fuck? Okay. Fuck, I don't know. It could be Mo, because Mo was also in the building, so they could both say, we saw this. I don't know, dude. Okay, chat. I'm sorry to ask. I am asking for backseating. Before you tell me anything, let me ask a question. Do I say there was an accomplice or there wasn't? I just need to know that so I can go forward. Wasn't. There wasn't. Okay. So I have to prove he was somewhere else. Could I say he was in Mo's room? Maybe he was in Mo's room. Or he was in his room. I think he'd have to be in Mo's room or his room. I'm gonna say Mo's room and see what happens. He was right here. What? That location is completely unrelated. Oh. Well. But I suppose if you said he was in his room, he wouldn't have been able to commit. Okay, I think I got this wrong. Okay, let's try it again. I'm gonna reload again. I'm sorry. Because there are some times where it's like, if you get this wrong, you lose 5 thingy. Oh, I can't. Okay, cool. So... the only other place I could imagine is the ringmaster's room. I'm gonna say Acro's room first. He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room? Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can be only one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. Ooh! Oh my god! So he could have dropped the bust on the guy, and then the monkey could have gotten it or something, and it wouldn't have left. Any footprint. Oh my god, there's no footprints! What say you, Mr. Dingaling? It's an interesting theory. He's too calm for me. It freaks me out. If someone accused me of murder, I'd be like screaming. That's it. Considering that what you proposed is impossible, yes, that's it. Impossible. I don't like him being calm. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You got a point. I just said he did it from his room. I just said that. You've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? Wee! But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... She's right, I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some... Another save? Another save? I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster, and he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it. Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. I could try the bronze statue. I could try the statue, but I didn't find it in his room. I wish that Max saying that he uses strings to fly was like in evidence, because I don't think I have that in evidence. Or I could use the monkey. Okay, I have a few different options. I'm gonna try presenting. I'm gonna present some evidence. So what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime? So, what do you guys think? I think you should try again, especially before someone gets the chance to say something. Yeah, you're probably right. So as I was saying, this piece of evidence, stop. Oh my God, listen. I had a theory and I went with it, okay? I had a theory and I went with it. Okay, I'm gonna try the bust, and if that doesn't work, I think I'm gonna say I can't present evidence now. But I'm gonna try the bust. Wait! It has to be the bust because Mo said I saw the outline of his face. And the bust is of his face. So the bust has to be part of it. What's that, a picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust? It's quite a large bust, and because it's life-size, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy. Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Ah! We're on the right track, chat. We're on the right track. See, this is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. His ample bust? We can't just talk about Max's ample bust here in court. It's not ladylike. Order! So you're saying the bust fell onto the Ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible. He's buff, look at him. Ample bust and twink waist. Ample bust and twink waist. Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Yeah, take one look at him. Mr. Dingaling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro, you can't run away from things this time. Oh. I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say? Von Karma. She's just using this testimony as a rouse to stall for time. Is it rouse or ruse? Is it ruse? I feel like it's ruse. It is ruse. Okay, it's a ruse for time. Okay, thank you. Rouse. There is absolutely no need for such testimony. The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't he see things my way once in a while? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Yeah, her saying let's all be respectful, and I'm sitting here like, he's faking it. I'm sitting over here 2 days in a row being like, he's faking it. He's not actually disabled. He's faking it, by the way. Thank you. Ugh, that woman will sink to any low to win a case. Acro's physical state. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? I guess if he couldn't stand up to look out the window, he wouldn't have known where he was. Maybe he just guessed. Maybe he just guessed. Unfortunately, a common trope in mystery stories. To be fair, I'm very glad they didn't go there here, though. Please don't tell me, because I still don't know. This is still my first time playing, so I still didn't know if he was faking it or not, and now I know he's not faking it. So please be careful with the spoilies. I know you didn't mean to on purpose. Just be careful. I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries. That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. You did the same thing 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I still am not sure. Or I wasn't sure until now. Because, like, I've never played this, and these cases are so long, so I never know when something like this could come up. I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. Acro's physical state. Is this another thing where if I press him, it doesn't give me anything? What are my... Okay. I'm gonna try I'm gonna save and try pressing. Oh, I didn't press. Hee hee hee. Have you ever lifted up the bus before? No, I've never actually lifted it up with my own 2 hands. But I should get to it, don't you think? I can't let money outdo me on this. Money? A crazy monkey has lifted Max's bus before? What did we say about an accomplice? Do you remember when I, littlesiha Wright Edgeworth III, fucking talked about monkey being the accomplice and everyone looked at me like I was fucking stupid? Please continue with your testimony, Mr. Dingling. I have a strong upper body from working out as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. So what have you been doing to keep in shape? Well, honestly, I've given up on training. I don't have any plans to return to the trapeze or the tightrope. You don't say. But no offense, I'm not worried about losing to you in a race or anything. I don't blame him, it's not offensive. Littlesiha Edgeworth Wright III, Esquire. Neither am I, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I wouldn't lose either, Slowpoke. I mean, Nick. Why is everyone ganging up on him? This discussion turned to me all of a sudden. I suppose you could say that I'm stronger than the average bear. However, lifting the bus and looking out of the window would have been impossible. And why is that? Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself. I still haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet. So you couldn't have thrown that bust out of the window. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. How long do you think your recovery will take? You have to remember that my nerves were severely damaged. I'm currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation, but it's still going to take a while before I'm back to 100%. Let me remind you of another very important point. If the witness was carrying the bust, he would not be able to see out below the window. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window. Thus, there's no way that I would know the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you've got a point. Hey, Nick? Huh? What if you turn things around? Maybe if you think of it sort of like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust. That does make sense. If only I could prove somehow. Would the monkey that Acro knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. So do I prove, which statement do I prove it on? I think I've already explained things sufficiently. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? So do I present it on this one? Because there's like, he said a few different things where I'm like, I could present the evidence on that statement and it would make sense. So I'm gonna do it on this one. I'm gonna say Money the monkey. Yeah, just penalize me. It could have been monkey though. Carry that kind of force on my lower body. However, lifting the bus and looking out the window would have been impossible. Can I try it on this one? No, it's just wrong. This case has me so stumped. Like, I really just don't know anything. I really just don't know anything. I didn't press the last one. Acro is strong enough to lift up the bust. The main problem is how he could have aimed for the ringmaster's head. I wonder if he used some kind of tool to aim for the ringmaster. That's the ticket, Nick. Show them what you've got. I have to be careful. I have to find something that fits perfectly with the case. I don't remember us finding any sort of tool, but maybe we overlooked something. I'm so certain it was the fucking monkey. Either that or he could smell the seasoning, but I doubt that's it. Could it be this? Because Acro literally put this. I could try the note. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. I could try the note. Because I'm pretty sure he made this note. No. Damn, this sucks. I hate this case. Because I keep getting it wrong. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bus on him, don't you think? Yeah, because monkey dropped it. No? Dude, I really don't know. I have no fucking clue, dude. I really have no clue. Like, I'm so sure the monkey is what I have to present, but like, it's not working, so I'm like... Okay. Chat. I will ask you a very specific question. Very specific. Do I need to present the monkey somewhere? Like somewhere else? Yes, but not yet. Not right now. So I have to present something else? What else would I present? Ugh. I really don't know. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a stretch break because I have to pee. We're gonna take a stretch break and I'm gonna take a second to think on it. All right, we're back. I went to the bathroom, I pooped. I still don't have an explanation. I still don't have an explanation for what's going on. So, okay. She said, I need to prove that there was a tool that could have been used for him to see where the ringmaster was. Impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A tool to have seen. I was thinking maybe like the reflection of something, but like even then I don't think. Ugh. I am getting really close to just asking you guys for the, I'm getting close because I literally like, I don't know. I have no fucking clue. Could it have been that Ben was outside and he said hello to him? Oh, no, that doesn't make sense because the person was walking. Oh, fuck, I don't know. Okay, chat, I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea. I will allow the answer to this because I have no fucking clue. What do we know about the scene of the crime, the courtyard where he was found? There were no footprints. And that's about it. That's about fucking it. There were no footprints. Like, I really... No, not C. The statement in the box? The box? Why the box? Thank you. I never would have guessed the box. Acro, you didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over. The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I never would have gotten this. I'm just telling y'all now. Never. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. I thought he was carrying it. I thought the ringmaster was carrying it because he was slumped over it. The moment that the bus came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. Not to me, bestie. Not to me, bestie. You mean if the bus were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. Sure. Sure. I thought they were gonna go for like, the guy picked up the box and like the spice like rattled in it and he heard the rattling and dropped it where he heard the rattling. Sure. Sure, why not? Again. The writer was drunk when he wrote this case. Order, this is unbelievable. Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. You know what? Even though I don't drink, I should have been drinking while playing this case because I think it would have made more sense. I think I needed to get on the level of the writer to make it all make sense. Because even now, still, it's not really making sense to me. Now I just gotta keep going. There's only one way forward to go from here. There's only one way to go from here forward. I can't read. So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingaling, of course. He connected it to a rope and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow. Allow me to whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix, Wright. Ugh. The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed, it had the most peculiar feature. Was it the... What? I thought it'd be the lock. What the fuck is this case, dude? I'm so over this case already. It's making me feel so stupid. Like, the answers, even now, are just, like, not clicking for me. I thought it was gonna be the lock. Well, they never talked about the size of the box, but they did discuss the weight of the box and the contents. So I'm gonna say the weight, because they did specifically say it's 20 pounds, just so you know. The box has a remarkable weight. Weight? According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool. Bye, Talisha. Have a good one. The spice was in the box. That, like, weird, horny pepper. I don't know what else to call it. It's like the magical spice that when you sprinkle it on something, you're like, I want that. Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? Yeah, in the cafeteria. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Sorry, it's a little cold in here. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. That means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room? Now it's time for Monkey. Now it's time for Monkey because he carried it. You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. I want this case to be over so bad. From start to finish, I've hated fucking doing this case. Ugh. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all. All right, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to the room? A monkey? Finally! Finally! It does feel long. It feels longer than the detective being killed, the DLC one from the last one. And that one was fucking long. But this one feels like so much longer. Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist ring. So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room? Acro's room? Objection! But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Objection! Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record. Got her ass. Gather her, Phoenix. My, those are some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they are made out of platinum, which is very shiny. Gua! Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Why is he so calm? It weirds me out. Order, order. Where is the bust in question at this moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. This is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then? Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait. Then you mean this bust was the murder weapon purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. The birds flew away. He's getting serious. Anyways. Anyways. I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron! She's given up on fool and she's graduated to moron. The birds made a getaway. They're like, we can't go down with him. Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow! Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix, right? And what is that? You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. Oh yeah, how do we explain that? Shit. How do we explain that? There's no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. I'm taking up all 10 slots. All 10 of them. When the murder occurred, there were 2 people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw? Was it the monkey carrying the bust in the trench coat? Because they saw the shape of his face, so it could have been the bust. But that doesn't make sense because he dropped the bust. So how would it have been the shape of his face? Because they were like, we recognize the shape of his face, so that would have meant that the bust was underneath. What the fuck is going on, dude? Oh my god. I'm gonna say the monkey. See what happens. What is this supposed to mean? Yes, what is that supposed to mean? Do you mind explaining that to me as well? It was the wrong one. You're getting barraged with questions, Nick. Why is that? It's because you're on the wrong track. Fuck. Do I say the bust? It wouldn't make sense to say the bust, I guess. Who was the murderer the clown saw? It was the bust? It was the bust? I asked who the other person Mo saw on the scene was. That evidence has nothing to do with the question. Au contraire, mon frère. Isn't mon frère my brother? Or is that friend? It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette, but he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? No. Hope this helps. The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one off of the cards in the bus hands. Idiot. Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust? It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance to this case, don't you agree? Don't. He caught me. Let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? It would have to be the ringmaster, because he took the cloak, didn't he? Oh, I didn't save! I didn't save! Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Fiddlesticks. I really wish you could go and read testimony again from before. Because I'm pretty sure he said he, like, took the cloak on his way out or something. I'm gonna say Russell. Him? You're saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry? That's what I'm saying. The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. And what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself. Nick, do you really have a handle on all this? No. No. I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. Janelle! Hi, my sunshine. No longer 69. This is so sad. Can we get 69 gifted subs? I don't need 69 gifted subs, but I do need 18 gifted subs. Can we get 18 gifted subs? There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. All right. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Oh, Jesus. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. So then how did the cloak get on the bust? Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bust hit the victim, have I told y'all how much I hate this case? I hate this case. Takumi wasn't kidding when he said he was really drunk. Can you guys please tell me that this is the only case he wrote drunk, please? Because if he wrote more, I think I'm gonna have to skip him. As far as I know, yes. Wow, this is awful. It's better in the anime. I'm feeling like I need to watch the anime. Or at least the on-stage musical in Japan. In my personal opinion, this is the worst case in the entire franchise. It's all upward from here. Thank God. Not that the bar is very high for upward from here. It's so bad. It's so bad. Mosca, thank you for the 46 months. Thank you very much. You just wait a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be. For once, I agree with you, Miss Von Karma. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. What? It would have made so much more sense to have the monkey be the accomplice. To like tell the monkey to go down there, put the thing on it, and then lift it. Like, you could have done that and that would have made more sense than Japanifornia gravity. The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Moe Curls, the clown. When Moe looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. This is unreal. This is actually unreal. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it, primarily because in his wheelchair he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. Larry Moe Curly? Oh, that name's deplorable. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. This is me. Just a bunch of ellipses. This is so me. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Sorry, I choked on my saliva again. Acro, it could only have been you! I knew he was a murderer from the second I saw him so calm. It's so weird. It creeps me out. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has to come to the end of his rope now. So, what now? What now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? No. I made it all up. I was drunk. I'm drunk right now in court. Evidence? In this court, only two things matter: the power of evidence and the power of my whip. Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. You got absolutely no power, Judge. I'm sorry. Can we see some evidence? I don't know, can you? I don't have anything. They say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. Jesus. But there is still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay, then use that and get out of this jam. Contradiction. It's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. Contraception? Extra strength birth control? In the Desperate Housewives PC game? I've tried before to be like, there's no footsteps, so duh. But he said it was something to do with Moe's testimony, and I don't remember Moe's testimony. The proof? This badge. This attorney's badge. Ever seen one before? Something about Moe's testimony? I saved, right? I think I did. I blacked out during Moe's testimony, literally. I'm gonna try the crime photo and be like, there's no fucking footprints. What else? Did I fucking get it wrong again? I got it wrong again. Unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Unusual contradiction, actually. Truly, this could be fucking anything. This literally could be anything at this point. I don't think I've ever used the pepper as evidence. But can I use the note? Okay, fuck me, I guess. Fine. I just learned the writer for this case is actually drunk. That's what they told me! Day one, they said, hey, just so you know, the Phoenix Wright writer was drunk when he wrote this case. And it all makes so much sense now. What did Mo testify? That he had his hat on? That he had he testified about his outfit and his symbols. I'm gonna try the poster with his symbols. Oh, thank God. The problem is Max's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Say it with me now. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. You fool, do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust's. Sure. Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of. Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what the ventriloquist said in court? He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night, but the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? No. Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. That's actually fair. That one's fair. Ah! Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Order. This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. Not just to you, babe. This one is utter bullshit and pure luck. That's what it feels like. It's just a lot of luck. Or either luck or you're a Twitch streamer and you have a whole chat full of people who have played this already and are willing to tell you the answer at any point. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. We're still going? Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Oh, Jesus. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. See, this is where I feel like I can help. This is where I feel like I actually know where we could go with this. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster. Acro's motive. It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. God damn. Question. How much longer is the trial after this point? Next part is shorter than... Okay. Cool, we'll keep playing then. Because my God. My God. I can't believe it. Acro? It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is. And to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated? Ahem. Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? Psst, psst, ahem. But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the reason why. Ahem. Hey, pal. You're gonna ignore me after I went to all this trouble to bring you some evidence? Now that's what I like to hear, Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyway. Gumfuck. Gumfuck. Now, detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We've got some really tasty milk. What's with the fucking milk? What is with the milk? How about a card trick, detective? Well, if you insist. Now, about that evidence you mentioned, what is it? Oh, it's the scarf thing! It's the scarf thing with the blood on it. Huh? This was yesterday in Acro's room. Yep, and I've included the forensics results. Take a look at it later. Will Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything, but everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan. I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? Uh-huh. That reminds me, I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Oh, Jesus. It's just an envelope full of anthrax. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. What did he mean by that? The very end part. What does it say? Bat scarf stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper. Not the pepper. Finally. I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Don't scare me like that. It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. Is it just a fuckload of milk? It's gonna be a whole crate of milk. For me? What psychopath is drinking milk from the carton by the pallet? By the pallet. Who in their right mind is hanging out with people and someone's like, hey, I'm heading down to the grocery store. You want a drink? And they go, yeah, can you pick me up a carton of milk? The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk for me? Ryder's really milking this trial. That's disgusting. Court is now back in session. Ms. Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit the crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling? Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony. Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. I'm literally pooping my pants right now. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem. You are absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? This guy's never on my side. Your Honor, she boobied her pants. Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination. I hate this guy. I hope in the next game he goes to prison. I hope he goes on trial. Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer the question. Yeah, duh, I'm gonna cross-examine, but I'm gonna save first. Duh. If I don't cross-examine, it's over. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness. You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive. Very well, Mr. Wright, cross-examine the witness. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. We? Yes, my brother Sean and I. What? Do you have a brother? How old were you when this happened, Acro? I was 8 years old and my brother was 4. Your parents were very cruel, weren't they? Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the Berry Big Circus. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. He's got a soft spot for sob stories like this, or it looks like. No crying in court. Let's keep going. The witness may proceed with his testimony. That's when the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. How would you describe your relationship with the ringmaster? He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. What about the other people at the circus? This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in, so no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person? I know, he seems like a nice guy, which is what makes this so difficult. So then how long have you been a performer? I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age? I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We called ourselves the Flying Dingling Berries. It's nearly a household name. Yeah, Dingling just really like rolls off the tongue. It's really memorable. I've even heard of them in Germany. Liar. The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus. You are truly a remarkable young man. The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony? Or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And you better think hard. Ow! No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see the witness ever taking the victim's life. This is like, okay, obviously I still don't know if he did it or not for sure, but this is one of those things that's so frustrating when, like, say someone in your friend group does something really awful to you and you tell your other friends about it and they're like, well, they're really nice to me. They've never done anything bad to me. It's so annoying. Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk. I think that will be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it is pretty unlikely. Exactly right, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Do you hate people in wheelchairs? Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead? I could try to use like the pepper and stuff. Oh, I'll do a different one. I literally, all 10 saves are this case. Did you piss your pants, Phoenix? Monkey? Monkey? Can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead? Sure. Now that I've come this far, there's no way I could answer no, I can't. Oh, this is gonna be good. Very well, then please enlighten the court. Let's see some evidence that provides Acro's motive for killing the ringmaster. So would I provide the lion or Sean? I could say Sean. Let me just go over this one more time. This is why Acro killed the ringmaster? That is correct. I don't think the defense would mind confirming something for me. What exactly are we supposed to learn from this piece of evidence? What are you supposed to learn? Looks like you just won the award for biggest failure in court. No. Ugh. This feels like one of those moments where like, I feel like I'm on the right track, but I have to present the exact right piece of evidence, and it's so annoying. Not the BFIC, biggest failure in court. I'm gonna try the lion. And then we can also try the scarf. We could also try the pepper. No. Okay. Okay. Let's try this scarf. Let's try the pepper. Okay. Let's try the contract negotiations. No. What the fuck? What the fuck? I feel like I have a good answer, which is that his brother is now stuck in a coma forever because of this pepper shit. Like, ugh. Do I say no? Do I say I can't provide one? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Damn, you got him, Phoenix. Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against the witness, did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of Russell Berry Ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things. Acro, you didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? Did he plan to kill Max? Was he trying to kill Max? The ringmaster wasn't your target! Oh! He was trying to kill Max! Oh! target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to be. Oh! That makes sense. I didn't get that. What? I feel like my frustration for the case has started like clouding my judgment because I just really don't like this. To be fair, I would understand if someone wanted to kill me. Well, yeah, but you're different. You're unbearable. This is different. I think the target was Pearl. Yeah, I think because I'm getting so frustrated and annoyed with this case, it's starting to cloud my judgment, and now it's starting to make sense. This part is starting to make sense. The cloak thing, I don't want to talk about it. Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face, twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Ow! Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to this court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else? Well, Max, he was wearing the outfit. No? I guess he also... I guess he also could... Oh, you know what? The thing is, he couldn't see... He was trying to kill Regina. Because Regina egged his brother on to put his head in the lion's mouth, and that's when he got bit. He wasn't trying to kill Max because he didn't even see the outfit, because he couldn't see outside the window. And he wrote a note that was like, to the murderer. I'm gonna guess Regina. He was trying to kill Regina. Regina Berry? This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you? Objection! You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question. He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough. Mr. Wright, allow me to... The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. And God, I wish he would come quickly. Anytime he wants to come over would be great. Huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me the evidence now. I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill his young girl. So do I didn't save. So do I say the lion or do I use the scarf? I'm gonna say the lion. Did I get it wrong? At this point, the only thing that's important is evidence. This better not be a bluff. You're not gonna fool me, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Shit! Okay, let me save here before it goes too far. So would I say the scarf? Stain with blood and a small quantity of pepper. No. So do I use the profile then? Because when they say evidence, it makes me think like an item, not a person. Okay, let's try his brother. No? At this point, the only thing that, oh my God, dude. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl. It could be the note. The note where it says, to the murderer, meet me here, whatever. Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note. Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket, but it wasn't the ringmaster, it was Regina. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. Order! Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours. It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note? That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. Oh my god. Oh! Oh my god! Miriam! Oh my god! I had to read the whole thing because I was like, what is this? I just wanted to let you know that I had spine surgery a few months ago. I've always watched you dance since 2018, but I've had scoliosis, which stopped me from dancing. Right after surgery, the 2 weeks in the hospital, I watched your dancing streams and vids and started dancing with you. I recovered 2 weeks after dancing. I wanted to put this out there so that you know, without your confidence of streaming Just Dance, I wouldn't have recovered this fast. I'm so happy for you, dude, because that's really scary to like get into like an exercise routine after surgery. That's really, really scary, and you did it. So I'm very proud of you. I'm very honored that like I inspired you to do that, but don't forget you still did all the work. You did all the work. I just gave you the little nudge, and you did everything on your own. So I hope that everything you say to me, you also say to yourself, which I know sounds really corny, but like affirmations do work. And like thank yourself for all the work you did too, because you deserve it. Thank you so much. That's really, really sweet. Thank you. And he was killed because of that mistake instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today? Lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible, so he didn't know. He didn't know. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I've got it. Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza. And that's when he let the bust fly. Hey, Nick, isn't Regina listening to all this from the audience? She sure is. She is. Unfortunately, it's only going to get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it. Acro wrote this note to Regina? Foolishly full of you're so foolish, you made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. That'd be the pepper. The pepper! Yes, but what about the line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza in place of his lovely daughter. Wish they would stop being so weird about the daughter. Read her. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago. I have no idea. Not a clue. An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. Moron. Thank you, Lika, for gifting a sub. That's very sweet. Thank you. Miriam, I hope you like your emotes. Feel free to come join us in the Discord. And thank you so much for sharing that again. That was really, really kind. Thank you. Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. Save number 12. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is the pepper. Achoo! 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 What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Yes. Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. Full ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim? Intended victim? His brother? His brother? Who is this? That is Acro's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him? Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Yes. It's my job. It's literally what being a Twitch streamer is all about. Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingaling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. A lion? Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. I'm so sick of this. They would never do that. They would never. So then what happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? I'm so sorry. Because I'm like halfway done with the penalties, so I'm like, it was more than that. The lion biting Bat was no accident at all. What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There's no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother. With the scarf! That's just a scarf. Acro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who is the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina. There's something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. Pepper? Pepper. Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Don't do this to me again. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? What is that bird pecking my face? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. I've done a good job of what? I've what?
Bruh.
I did what to a criminal? But out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? It still seems like the judge just doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling? Right before Bat was bit by the lion, for a moment the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling. Lions smile? I've never heard of them smiling. However, lions sneeze. Another thing I didn't put together at all. Literally at all. Whoa. Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. He was sneezing. I didn't get this at all. I did not get this. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What? You fool. Regina trying to, like, inch her way out of the courtroom before she gets arrested. Like, just, excuse me. Sorry. Let me get past you. Pardon me. Excuse me. Sorry. Just need to scooch past. Sorry. You've got to be kidding me. Objection! What's the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened? Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot. They always start laughing. They always start laughing. When they get caught and they snap, they always start laughing. It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. He's still fighting this? To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? Acro, you can't mean witness? Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? The same problem it's always been, evidence. If I dropped Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim? We're going back to this? We're going all the way back to the bust stuff? I thought we passed this already. You mean the conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof, to be more precise. The murder weapon. You know, they said things don't get proven till the very last minute. I feel like Gumshoe's gonna burst into the courtroom at the very end. Like, I'm gonna have to be like, okay, I have no evidence, and then it's gonna fade to black, and then it's gonna be like, hold it. The bust that the defense claims was used, if that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. The bust. Nick, you've got to do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. I'm gonna see how things work out first. Because we've already been in Acro's room. Might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but why aren't you going to search his room? Looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Von Karma total justice. I guess. I figured with you, that's the least I should expect. You'd leave no stone unturned. Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. It looks like you lack the final nail to put into my coffin. He's like such a creepy villain. Looks like we're busted. Thank you. Thank you. Good one, good one. What about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Ugh. Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust, where is it now? Where's the bust right now? You're Phoenix Wright. You know where that bust is. I'm sure you do. Girl, The person writing your dialogue is drunk right now. I don't know anything. I'm not on the level. I'm not on the same level as the man that wrote this case. I'm sorry. There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? Seems this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short. Any minute now, Gumshoe would be great. Thank you for your support. Ugh. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings to an end the cross-examination of this witness. Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its lace. Its lace? I mean case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. Huh? What? We need time to do our what? Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Thanks a lot, Maya. Thank you. Hey, wait, you can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the lines, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well, the defense may pursue. Oh, Jesus Christ. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Maya. She just tossed your ass into a pool of sharks with a floaty on one arm. Literally, didn't help at all. If she could just summon Mia, this would be so much easier. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. The murder weapon. Where is Max's bust? In the courtroom? Somewhere in the courtroom? I want to see what happens when I choose that, because that's cunty. That's cunty. I just want to see what happens. It's obvious. The bus is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bus once and for all. Is it in his chair? Does he take it with him in his chair? Hold on. Sorry. Does he? Oh my God, he takes it with him everywhere because they're not going to search him. Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Don't courtrooms have, like security checks? Is that not a thing in Japanifornia? Don't they have to go through... It was up his ass! It was up his ass! Not in Japanifornia. They just walk right into the courtroom. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. Listen, I think this is so cunty. But how the fuck would you even know that he's wearing a blanket when you only see him from the torso up? How would you even know? Like, this case is so stupid. This case is so stupid. Never once have we seen him with the blanket on. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it, in the only place that you could hide it. Up your anus. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. Ah! That's why they call him Danglin, because the bust is dangling out of his asshole. You fool! How could you? You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, 2 of them. 2 of them? Yeah, Maya. Oh. Okay. Miss Francisca von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were 2 pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? She doesn't know anything. Did you look at her face? Did you see her face? She doesn't know shit. I'm the one that figured this all out with my Twitch chat. I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. Can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. Uh-huh. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. She's about to pull out a gun and shoot me. And you think she knew about this? I know I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Me, make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that. It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro? Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. I wouldn't be able to either. She weirds me out, dude. She weirds me the fuck out. And murder. The only thing I'm guilty of is loving too hard. And murder. And first-degree murder. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful. So are you saying that you are a victim in all this as well? No, that's not what I mean. He's got rabies. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first, I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case. You're preaching to the choir, buddy. We can't wait for this to be over. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot. She gets it. She gets it. I can't believe it. You beat me again. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. No. Guilty. Confetti. Wee woo. Love that hair. That beach wave looks so good on him. This court is adjourned. Finally. I'm so relieved this is over. Obviously, there were some points I missed because I just didn't, like, I didn't get it. Oh, God, Fiend! Thank you so much! Thank you for gifting 17 subs. I appreciate it. Oh my God, that's so nice. We hit our sub goal! Yay!
Bruh.
Thank you so much. That's really nice, Goffin. Thank you. That means we're going to play some Nancy Drew. Oh my God. We'll figure out the Nancy Drew stuff after this is over because I need this to be over now. I need this to be over right now. Thank you so much, Godfrey. That was really nice. Fabulous. But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and the bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only at max 1,000,000 of them. Nya, 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 nya. Thank you. What's with the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No, 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 no. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? Oh, fuck. Dude, for once I feel bad for Regina. I'm like, oh no. This girl's gonna have a breakdown. She's been like this for a while now. It's all my fault. Sweetie pie. Bad and Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina, Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Acro said something right at the end. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean that Acro, is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? Of course he is! I'm gonna say no. Wait, is there a right answer for this? Like, you know how in the last game you could present evidence at the end? There is a right answer? I would say no, because he seems reformed now, you know? Okay, you know what, chat? Just tell me. Just tell me. I want this to be over. I'm kind of over this case. I want to move on. Just tell me what the answer is. It's no, I don't think so. That's what I thought. He's going to prison. How can he get revenge? Well, they teased that Maya's aunt might break out of prison. Because they teased her in her, like, holding cell, being like, I'll get you, Batman. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You're really sure? I can't believe that. Yeah, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Oh, for fuck's sake. Huh? I want to know you're not just making up that stuff about Acro not wanting revenge. The badge. It's the badge. Yeah, you can just tell me. Is it Bat's profile? Is that the evidence? I'm really, like, don't get me wrong, I love playing these games for the most part, but this one, I'm just so fucking over. I want it to be done. Okay, Bat's profile. Take that! Take that! Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. Bat? That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew, but now that Acro's been caught. Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes and then POV, you're listening to me cry. POV, you're listening to me cry. POV, it's the day before my period starts. I just watched a video of a cat that's been lost for 2 months being reunited with its owner. That's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Uncle. I'm sorry. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Hey, Max. What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now? That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. What is it? I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. Sounds like democracy to me. I've decided I'm gonna put myself in the position of power. Jesus. I'll turn this circus into the best circus this world has ever seen. The best circus the world has ever seen? Don't laugh. That's quite the goal. Yay, I can't wait. Then I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max, let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Oh, it's not her. I thought it was her. Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me. Second favorite voice to do, right behind Eenie Miney's voice. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today? Tog, thank you for 58 months. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, honey. We've got to work together to make the Berry Big Circus bigger than it's ever been. Mo. Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Berry Big Circus without Regina Berry. Max. Nick, seems like everything is going to turn out all right here. I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats. Nya, 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 nya. I love playing these games. Yesterday's surprise raid, it really paid off, just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. Wright? Oh, he's talking to Edgeworth. Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the chief prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. I recognize those hands anywhere. I recognize those giant sausage fingers anywhere. Literally anywhere. I saw the thumb and I knew. And I knew it was him. Oh my God, where is he going? Edgeworth is back? Edgeworth is back in this one? Okay, is this a DLC one or is this part of the game? I feel like this would be part of the game, right? He's so back, besties. Oh, it's part of the game? No true final one. Ooh, okay. We're not going to start it today, but I do want to watch the beginning. I'm so excited. You guys did tell me the next one was going to be really good. His hair looks different too. It looks more brunette than like silver. Ooh. Farewell, my turnabout. Still don't know what turnabout means, to be honest. I'm going to start saving from the top again. Farewell, my turnabout. What? Nobody knows what turnabout means. Okay, let's watch the beginning. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Who will be this year's Grand Prix champion? Who will be our hero of heroes? Oh, it's a different Grand Prix? Will it be last year's runner-up Jammin' Ninja? Or maybe Captain Saipan, all the way from the lovely tropical... Oh, see the students of the Star Schools. And global hero Nyan Kampan doesn't want to go... We hope Lady Luck is with all the heroes tonight. And now, the winner of the 3rd annual Hero of Heroes Grand Prix is me! What the fuck? Is that the Steel Samurai? Whoa, the true hero! It looks like this year's Grand Prix goes to this fantastic warrior. The Nickel Samurai? The Nickel Samurai? Okay. Is that the beginning? Okay. I wish it had what like happens in the beginning, but that's fine. I saw Edgeworth is in it and I'm excited about Edgeworth. We need a dime samurai. We need a penny samurai. Can I just say, I am so relieved that that case is over. I'm so happy that case is over. I hated that case. I'm so sorry. I really did. There were definitely parts that like I should have picked up on clues and gotten it for sure. But most of the case, I was like, this is really awful. It's only up from here. And that's all I could have asked for. To be honest, if you guys said, okay, this case sucks and the next case also sucks, but everything after that is good, I don't even know if I would have been able to make it through that. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. Look into what for the next Phoenix stream? What did I miss? Oh, a trigger warning. Oh, yeah. You can say it in the chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. That way I can like warn people ahead of time because I've been doing that for these episodes where I'm like, hey, just so you know, there's a lot of talk. Oh, we'll warn you when it's okay. I really like when I was playing this, I was like, I did not expect so many grown men to be in love with a 16-year-old. Like it was fucking woo-wee. Thank you guys for hanging out. We'll start the next episode next week. Friday, you guys were right. I scheduled it wrong. Oh, talking about suicide and an image of it. Okay, good to know. I'm not streaming a bunch this weekend because JP's coming to stay with me. On Friday, we'll be playing The Sims 2 and fundraising for Palestine because there's an effort organized by the Simmers, the Simming community, that's called Simmers for Palestine, and I really want to join them and support them. So we're going to play The Sims 2. You guys will be able to donate to, like, spawn babies and stuff, so I'm very excited. I can't wait. Technically, crowd control doesn't work with it, but I'm making my own crowd control. So if you want to support Palestine, we'll be raising money for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. That will be on Friday from noon to 3 p.m., I believe. To 3 p.m. We'll play The Sims 2, and you guys will be able to, like, do random stuff. Thank you guys so much for being here, though. I appreciate it. I'm so glad this case is over, and I can't wait to start the next one because I'm excited that Edgeworth's coming back. Papa? Dada?